Before you can start writing your paragraph about why you need to eat the food recommended to you by myplate.gov and also why vitamins are important, you need to have finished parts 1 and parts 2 of your webquest. So that's on page 1, and we went over this for a few days actually, so you should have this done based on your weight and height. You can fill out all of the information that was recommended for you. Part 2 is a little more complicated, so I'm going to walk you through the actual website of what you're supposed to do. But if you read over here, you can see that on the left side where it says food groups, what you need to do is write down all of the food that you ate for an entire day, including any snacks that you had. And you want to include drinks and all food that you consumed. And what your result is going to be is the percentage of each food group that you consumed. So here are the food groups, and here are the foods that I actually consumed, or the percentages that I consumed. So let me show you how you're going to get that. You're going to go to www.choosemyplate.gov, and then you are going to click on Super Tracker and other tools, and then you're going to click on the very top link over here that says Super Tracker. What you're going to look for is the food tracker over here, and you're going to click on that. And what the food tracker does is it keeps track of all the food that you ate, and it tells you over here the percentages that you ate from each of the food groups. So here's grains, vegetables, fruits, dairy, and proteins. And so I actually already started typing in all the food that I ate, so I'm just going to show you the next step that you need to do. So I typed in my breakfast, lunch, and snacks, and now I'm going to type in my dinner. So I had some chicken soup for dinner, and I'm going to type it in, and then I'm going to press go. So if you go down, here are your search results, and there's going to be all kinds of options for what you type in. And you also have to be very careful about how you spell what you type in. If you misspell it, nothing is going to come up. So you might want to ask a neighbor about how to spell something if you're not sure. So here are all the options, and I'm not going to find exactly what I had, so I'm just going to have to pick whatever's closest, and I picked that one. So I go back up, and here it is, and it says 1 cup here. I probably had more than 1 cup. I'd say I had about 1.5 cups, and I had it for dinner, so I'm going to choose my meal time over here, and then I'm going to press add. Okay. And over here, you can see that the percentages are continually going up. I'm just going to add one more thing. I didn't notice any vegetables in this chicken soup, so I did actually have celery and carrots in it. So I'm going to type in celery. You can't really type in more than one food at a time. So I type in celery first. And it was cooked with no salt or fat added. And I didn't have a cup. I had less than a cup. I probably had about 1/4 cup, and I'm going to add that to dinner. And then press add. And then I would continue. I also had carrots, so I would type in carrots and do the same thing. And when I'm finished with everything, what my goal is to look at my daily food group targets. And what your goal is every day is to have 100% of each food group. And as you could see, I actually didn't have 100% of all the food groups, and I had over 100% of some of them. So I actually had more protein than I thought, so I would have to go back and change my paper. But also over here, when you're finished, it's going to show you how many calories you had eaten during the day and how many of those were empty calories, which, if you remember from the MyQuest or MyPlate webquest earlier, empty calories are oils, saturated fats, and sugars. So this kind of gives you an idea of how you ate versus how my plate suggests that you eat. And that's what you're going to write about in your webquest on page 2. You're going to write that paragraph about why there are certain recommendations for you and why certain vitamins are important in your diet. And that's it.